Good morning, friends. Today we are going to see project management. Let's first see what is the relationship between process and project management. A software project has two main activities, engineering and project management. The engineering discipline deals with building the system and focuses on issues such as how to design, test, code, and so on. The project management discipline deals with properly planning and controlling the engineering activities to meet project goals for cost, schedule, and quality. If a project is small, it can be executed somewhat informally. But the informal techniques do not scale up for larger projects in which many people may work for many months. In such projects, each engineering task must be done carefully by following well tried methodologies, and the work products must be properly documented so that others can review them. The tasks in the project must be carefully planned and allocated to project personnel and then tracked as the project executes. Now let's see what is meant by process. Technically, a process for a task comprises a sequence of steps that should be followed to execute the task. For an organization, however, the processes it recommends for use by its engineers and project managers are much more than a sequence of steps. These processes help managers and engineers to emulate past successes and avoid the pitfalls that lead to failures. Actually, there are two types of processes, mature and immature processes. From the CMM perspective, but for a project there are two processes, engineering process and project management process. For a project, the engineering processes generally specify how to perform engineering activities such as requirement specification, design, testing, and so on. Whereas the project management processes, on the other hand, specify how to set milestones, organize personnel, manage risks, monitor progress, and so on. Now let's see what is the CMM. The CMM for software. Once it is accepted that use of effective processes can help in executing a project successfully, then one question immediately arises: what are the desirable characteristics of these processes? The CMM for software is a framework that tries to answer this question. The CMM for software is a framework that was developed by the Software Engineering Institute at Carnegie Mellon University by observing the best practices in software and other organizations. It specifies desired characteristics of processes without prescribing specific processes. Thus, different processes can fulfill the requirements of the CMM. It can be used to evaluate the software process of an organization and to identify deficiencies. It is one of the most popular frameworks for software process improvement, and its long form is the capability maturity model. Now let's see the overview of the CMM. One objective of the CMM is to distinguish mature processes from immature process or ad hoc processes. Immature software processes imply that projects are executed without many guidelines and the outcome of a project depends largely on the capability of the team and the project leader. On the other hand, with mature processes, a project is executed by following defined processes. In this case, the outcome of the project is less dependent on people and more on the processes. In CMM, to find more information about process, we have to also capitalize on the various aspects of the process, such as process capability and process performance. Now, what is process capability? The range of results that can be expected in a project when it is executed using a process is called as its process capability, and the actual result achieved in a project executed using the process is called its process performance. Clearly, the process performance depends on the process capability. To consistently improve process performance on projects, you must enhance the process capability. The process itself must become more mature. Now let's see what is meant by the maturity level. The path to higher maturity includes some well-defined steps that is called as maturity levels by the CMM. Each maturity level specifies certain characteristics for processes, with higher maturity levels having more advanced characteristics that are found in more mature software processes. Hence, the CMM framework describes the key elements of software processes at different levels of maturity. Consequently, it also specifies the path that a software process follows in moving from immature processes to highly mature processes. This path includes 5 maturity levels as shown in figure: initial level, repeatable level, defined level, managed level, and optimizing level. In level 1, that is initial level, a project is executed in a manner that the team and project manager see fit. The level 2nd, that is repeatable level, applies when established project management practices are employed, although organization-wide processes may not exist. At the defined level, organization-wide processes have been defined and are regularly followed. At level 4, that is managed level, quantitative understanding of the process capability makes it possible to quantitatively predict and control the process performance on a project. And finally, at the optimizing level, the process capability is improved in a controlled manner and the improvement is evaluated quantitatively. Each maturity level is characterized by key process areas which specify the areas on which the organization should focus to elevate its processes to that maturity level. Figure also shows the key process areas for the different levels. For an organization to achieve a maturity level, it must specify all the key process areas at that maturity level as well as the key process areas at all lower maturity levels. Thank you.